Hey guys, today is August 23rd and it is my 1 month on testosterone. So I made it this far. Okay, bear with me. I have like a list of things in front of me just so that I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking down, I'm reading my paper. Okay, so first, I'll start with the physical changes. Number one, my voice is obviously lower. Like I said in my previous videos, I naturally have a really high voice, so it's going down like little by little lower. That's cool. I tried singing for the first time pretty much hardcore last week. I recorded the very last song to our album, and that was like my third week on T, and the notes that I could easily hit before in my chest voice, they were a little bit of a strain. So that's a little different. I'm working with that. But yeah, my voice is obviously lower. That's, one big physical change. I would probably say one of the biggest physical changes. The next biggest thing are my shoulders. My shoulders, typically in my t-shirts, like my shoulders are down like here. Now my shoulders actually fill out my t-shirts. And my shoulders and my back have like widened, and my muscles are like insane. Like I literally feel like I woke up one morning and I was just like, oh hey, and I like looked at it, and then I like kept looking at it each week, and the definition is like nuts. Like I have like these two rocks right here, like I don't know if you can see, but like you can see my like hump right here. And then like you can see it. It's a lot bigger than it was before. And I have this thing now. I don't know if you can see it. Like this muscle right here. I think it's your deltoid. On both sides, it like sticks out. Yeah, so definite like muscle definition. And it's like that for like my shoulders, my arms, this thing right here. It's like insane. My legs are just as beefed up as my arms. Like my father though is naturally like a big guy, like not fat but just like in muscle and bone. Like he's like, so I think that maybe I'm taking after him, because I don't think he ever worked out a day in his life. But I mean, he did construction, but just his build, his natural build was like this thing. So I'm thinking that I'm going to be like jacked. And I've been working out. I just started working out. My girlfriend was sick for 2 weeks, and then I had a lot of shit going on last week. So then this is like our first week that we've been like, let's do this. So, yeah. Another big change has been hair. My legs are like hairy monsters. My armpits are like hairy. Forearms. I've never had hair right here, like where my tattoo is, or over here. Like new hair is starting to like grow right here. And also, okay, so facial hair. I don't have like prominent facial hair at all, but I got like facial hair as like before T. Like I have like chin hairs like a bitch. You can't see them right now though. No, but if you go like this, like new peach fuzz that like wasn't there before is there now. And it's like weird because I've been sitting there going like this because I'm not used to. And under here, like you can feel like the peach fuzz. Like I just shave it off though because it's like weird. But it's like, something's starting. Let Let me see. Strength. Okay, so with the muscles comes strength. I would say that my strength has at least doubled, if not tripled. I'm doing double what I would typically do in weights. I pick things up like they're light. It's just like a huge change, you know. Let me see. I have acne. When I went through puberty the first time, I didn't really have acne, and any acne I did have, I got it on like my back or my chest. I'm kind of hoping that that's what's going to happen this time, because most of my acne I've gotten is like on my chest, my back, or like, I don't think you can see anything, but like my neck right here, or see, like I have some stuff right there. That's like where I've always gotten it, so I'm kind of hoping that it like sticks there and doesn't like do something. But if you do get acne, I found something really good that's been working. I went to CVS, and next to the Clean and Clear products, there was this bar of soap, and it literally says like an acne wash soap bar for your back, chest, and face. So it's literally like an all-in-one. And I've been using it every time I take a shower, and it's been working. So, next thing is that I sweat like a beast. I've always been kind of like more sweaty. But now I really sweat. Like if I'm hot, I'm hot. Like, ugh, gotta be in like the air. There is some bottom growth. Like I said in my video before, naturally I'm more like a button. So for me, there isn't like prominent growth yet. But there is slight growth. So, a big thing for me, I have a few trans friends that say that they gained weight when they started tea, and I've had the opposite effect. I've actually lost weight, which I think is, really interesting. And also my fat redistribution is happening. Obviously, if you're overweight, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you're skinny, then you probably make fun of people that are fat. Not everybody, but some people. But me, like, I'm overweight. So when you sit, or if you're like sitting weird ways, you naturally have back fat. So you have rolls. One of my rolls is gone, and I have 2 rolls. The first one is now gone. And now the next one, I was looking at it today, it looks like it's on its way out. I don't know where it's going, but it's changing. So I can tell that the fat redistribution is like definitely happening. Let me see. I think my neck looks thicker. Not by much, but I feel like before it was like, I don't know what the hell it looked like before, but I feel like it looks thicker now. And also, I haven't had many changes. I mean, I've had a lot of changes, but as far as like my facial features, I wouldn't say that it's changed a lot. My hairline is still the same. But like right around here, especially depending on the angle, something right here looks different in different pictures. But with all the physical changes so far, the cool thing is that when I see myself in the mirror, I don't really see a female body anymore besides my chest. I've like had it with my chest. But like boobs aside, when I like look at my mirror, especially if I'm like holding my arms out and I see like my new muscles, or I see my legs, or I see myself losing weight and things looking different, or like my back is wider so I can actually see my shoulder blades now on the back. When I look at myself, I see a male body. you know, and that makes me feel really good. I no longer see this, you know, puny female body that I really disliked. You know, I've never been a fan of my body. I never had dysphoria, but I also never liked the way that I, you know, looked, you know, weight and just body image. But now is the first time I've actually been like, okay, like I'm still overweight and I'm working on that and I'm actually trying to do something about it. But weight aside, I really like the way that my muscles are forming. I really like the way that my upper body looks, especially. I really like the way that my legs look. You know, right now, my butt has gotten smaller. You know, like the only thing that I'm really going to be working on is my stomach and just building more muscle. But I feel like this is the first time that I've ever had like a more positive look on body image, and that's exciting for me. So yeah, that's one cool thing. So I wanted to, sorry, it's like 11:30 and I'm running behind on my videos. One thing that I wanted to say before I go to the emotional changes, okay, so like I said in other videos, I'm terrified of needles. I took my first T-shot in with a nurse, and she showed me how to do it, and I did it. August 6th was my 2-week on T, and it was also the first time I had to give myself my T-shot. My cat is nuts. Okay, it was the first time I had to give myself my T-shot without a nurse there. So I kind of had a mental breakdown, and because I have anxiety, I feel like I've talked about that before. But I basically had a mental breakdown, and it took me 2 hours of like panic to give myself my second shot. My girlfriend was there, and she was trying to get me through it, because I didn't know if I would be able to do it, because I wanted to do it, but I just have an issue with needles, and I was just like, oh shit, like I really don't know if I can do this right now. And then my one friend Shane, he said that when he gives himself a shot, he'll turn on dubstep, and when the bass drops, he'll go and do the shot. And I was like, okay, I gotta think of something. So my jam is New Hollow, She Ain't You, and there's like 3 drops where the music just stops and goes straight into the chorus. And I was like, yeah, like this is gonna be it. And I listened to the song, I don't know how many times that day, but finally I was just like, duh, and I did it, and I was like, yes, and I felt like all empowered. And this past Wednesday, August 20th, was my 3rd shot, and that one I did in 20 minutes, not 2 hours. So it's getting easier each time. I think it just takes practice, you know, because I'm not a nurse. You guys aren't nurses or doctors, you know. So, you know, in the beginning, it's obviously going to be tough, especially if you have an issue with needles. But like me, if I can do it, trust me, you can do it. So I feel like each time it's going to get better, and I feel really good about that. Also about the needles and actually taking tea that I've noticed physically. I wake up feeling super energized my first week. So like the first week, because I take my dose every other week. So that first week that I just got the shot, I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I feel all energized and like, yee. That second week is kind of like a drop, and I slowly get like I'm just going to chill here. And you can tell like a distinct like up versus down in like, I guess my levels, I would say. Just because like that's that off week, and especially like the like couple days before my next shot, I'm like not wimpy, but I'm like more like whiny about shit instead of like get over it. Like, but that's like one thing that I've noticed. Okay, so emotional changes. Since being on T, I've been a lot more like chill and laid back about things. Aggression is like a huge thing. It's like, yeah, like if people piss me off, I don't like go and yell at them, but I get really irritated. And then like before, I would be really passive, so I would be less likely to say something. Now, if someone like is on my buttons, or if they're speaking directly to me, or they do something directly to me that upsets me, you know, I'm more likely to be like, look, you're pissing me off, like, go away. Probably more than that. But I'm more like direct about it and not passive. I'm more aggressive. But it's like that with anything. It could be something as little as, you know, some kid ran by the apartment door and knocked on it, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Instead of, oh, someone knocked on the door. Or like, I was walking up at the little roundabout up the street, and this car saw me in the crosswalk, and instead of stopping, he attempted to run me over. And instead of just, you know, being like dumbass and keep walking, I threw my hands up. I was like, what the fuck? Are you blind? Like, and I was like, I felt like killing him with his own car. But I didn't. But I still was more confrontational than I would typically be. But on that note, I drop things quicker. So before pre-T, I would hang on to things, not hold grudges, but it would just take me a little bit longer to just like let shit go. Now I'm like, okay, we're over that, done, like next topic. Like, if me and my girlfriend are arguing about anything, it's like a real short-lived thing. It's like, okay, let's figure this out, good, done, it's over, moving on. You know, and same thing with the aggression. As soon as I was like, what the hell, man, that almost like ran me over, I was like, phew. And then I was over it. I was like, okay, I'm going to get Starbucks. So because I'm able to drop stuff, like me and my girlfriend haven't had any fights or anything like that. I'll get to us. But you know, in general, it's nice to be able to just drop shit and not hang on to it. Also, I'm told that I have more dry humor now. Not that I was trying to be funny before, but I feel like now I say what I think, and I don't really have a filter necessarily. It's like, if I think that, I'm gonna say that because I don't care who the fuck you are. You know, like, if I want to say it, I'm gonna say it. And I think because I do that, I have more of a dry humor thing, but apparently it's funny. I don't know. That's what people are telling me. Okay, I'm also like more of an idiot now, and I tend to say stupid stuff. Like, I'm not even gonna repeat the stupid shit that I think of, but it's also along the lines of literally saying what I'm thinking at that moment, but more stupid shit is popping into my head than usual, and instead of just ignoring it, I feel like I need to voice it. So I'm like, oh, and this. I feel like this like confident toughness thing, like, oh yeah, hey. But it's not like an arrogant thing or like anything like that. But I think because I feel good about myself, I don't feel like I'm less than anybody. Which I felt like that before. So my confidence went from literally like a 1 to like, I mean, I wasn't at a 1. Before I came out as trans, it was like a negative like 50. And then when I came out as trans, it would be like, depending on the day, like a 5 to an 8. Now it's like a 15, 20. You know, I feel really good about myself. And because of my muscles, I feel all tough and like stocky and like, hey. I feel really motivated. Like, I took charge and enrolled in school again. So I start on Wednesday at CCBC, and I qualified for a Pell Grant, so I get to go for free, books and laptop, free of charge, which is awesome. I can't even explain how cool that is. So I feel like I'm trying to take charge of things and trying to better myself. I have a lower appetite now. Literally, I eat half of what I would typically eat, and some days, like 3/4 of what I would typically eat, or like a quarter. Yeah. Sorry, I just had a stupid moment. But yeah, my appetite is so less than it used to be. I have less empathy now and less patience. So, like, if my girlfriend, and she's not whiny, I love her to death. She's not whiny at all. But there's times where when, like, we'll fight or, like, she'll be like, can you do this? And typically I'll be like, okay. Now I'm like, go do it. Like, no. But I don't mean it, like, in a, no, I'm not going to go do it for you. But it's like this, like, less, like, just do it thing. But I don't feel like I'm like typical people because I actually want to do things for her, and not saying that other people wouldn't do that for their person that they're with, but some people I feel like they use going on tea as like an excuse to be a dick. I've kind of known a couple people now who have had experiences like that, and I haven't had any experiences like that. And I have less patience. I've always had like a short amount of patience with people, but now it's even less. But I just kind of try to avoid situations that are gonna like irritate me. And even so, I handle them really well. I'm more matter of fact now, which I said. I say what I think. Also, this is kind of going into like my relationship with Brooke, but like I was saying, like I've heard a lot of different stories from people, and some people are like, well, like girls talking about their trans boyfriends say like, well, my boyfriend stopped, being snuggly with me, or, hearing him say I love you is more special now because he doesn't say it anymore, or, we're not really snuggly, it's all about him getting off, or, like, my boyfriend doesn't understand why I'm upset, or like all this stuff. And, like, there's a distinct difference in how I think now and like how I thought before tea. Like, there's a noticeable difference. But, for me personally, like, I'm not any different with my girlfriend. Like, if she wants to snuggle, we snuggle. Like, if we do stuff, we do stuff. I mean, I want to do stuff often and more, but, I mean, if she says no, I'm not, like, shitty about it. But, I mean, I'm always down to snuggle. I don't think that I ever, like, am really insensitive. There's times where there's definitely less empathy, but I'm never like, I don't care what you're thinking. Like, if anything, I feel like we try to communicate even more so that there isn't that, like, in-between space. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like our relationship is doing better now than it's ever done. And I think a huge part of that is because I can drop things quicker. I'm more relaxed. We are talking a lot. And I don't know. I feel like nothing has changed for the worse at all. If anything, it's just gotten better. You know, so yeah. Also, there's an update. My name change is officially in the court system. They don't want to publish it, or they don't want to post it in the courthouse, so they're publishing it for, how long is it, 15 days. But hopefully sometime in September, late September, I guess, it'll be coming through, and my doctor and my therapist are going to write me letters, so I'll be able to change my gender marker then too. So hopefully before October, I'll be able to get everything updated, which I'm super excited about. So I think I hit everything. So we have the physical changes, emotional changes, relationship. My next appointment with my doctor is September 3rd, which is when I get bumped up to 1 milliliter instead of 0.5 milliliters. Which, ultimately I'm glad that she did it like that, because I feel like I missed the rage part of it in the very beginning. So I think I'm hoping that I'll have a smoother transition than some people do. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think Brooke is also going to do a video telling me how telling you guys how she views everything and her perspective on it. And who knows, we might make one together, and then I'll be updating you along the way. So I guess the next point is 1.5 months and then 2 months. So it's exciting stuff. So yeah, I think I got everything. If not, I'm sure I'll add it in. Okay, cool guys. Thanks for watching.